Hello, welcome. Oh, I did the old one. Sorry, Jerry. Happy Friday. If you're in Indiana, happy snow day. It's crazy. This is Smack Talk with Eli and Jerry. I'm Eli. That's Jerry. Present by GoldBoys.com. Sleeper picks. Download the app. Use code DJ and Eli. Parlay Jerry. GoldBoys get a $500 deposit match. What's up, buddy?
Hello.
What's up, dude?
You guys had to do one more to me, right? Just for the good old days. We fixed this problem. Well, it was no problem. You guys. Oh, what are we doing here today?
I just asked you how you were. Here's my
Why is
dog.
there a dog in your room?
It's Winston.
Hi, puppy. Oh, that's a cute dog.
Okay. There he is.
You guys
He almost
literally.
killed me. Dude, you want to hear the day I had? I don't, we're only going to have a 30-minute
ahead.
show tonight because we don't have shit to talk about.
Go
I've
ahead.
had a hell of a day, Jerry. I had a hell of a day.
Let's hear it.
Woke up, house was 61 degrees.
Nice.
Yeah, furnace went out. So I had to immediately at like 6:30 in the morning, I'm out in the cold getting firewood and stuff. Trying to find space heaters and stuff because it's really cold in the house and we have a 20-month-old. So that was not ideal. I did get it up to 66 degrees. I got up to 60 from 61 to 66 in our house. So I felt pretty proud about that. But yeah, he almost killed the furnace man when he got here. Luckily, it was just like a wire that came loose, so I should have just called you, I guess, since you're the wire guy. And then it starts snowing. There's got to be a foot of snow out there. My grandpa told me it was going to snow. I was like, it's not going to snow. No, it definitely snowed. I plowed my driveway and 3 of my neighbors' driveways between 3:30 and 4:30. I just went outside to start my truck, so I got to pick up my wife and kid. And it like I have to do it again already, like in an hour and a half, basically. I got probably I did like what? I don't watch the news or anything, so I guess I probably should have known this was coming. But holy cow, 61 degrees in your house is not hot, dude. Not hot, and that was downstairs. So like upstairs, it was even colder. Where we sleep.
You know what? I could vouch for that. It's funny because 60 degrees. I tell you right now, if I put on the news and they say it's going to be 60 degrees in New York, I'm going outside in a light sweatshirt or something
Mhm.
light. I'm like, this is beautiful. When it's 60 degrees inside your house, you feel like you're in freaking Canada.
Yeah, tough. It's tough, man. So yeah, I got to go pick them up, and then I don't know if I'm gonna plow snow in the dark or what I'm gonna do, but
Are you going to
I,
get plowed tonight?
doubt it. That neighbor, he's old and he's kind of enjoys shoveling snow, but he buys me bourbon and beer and stuff. So I take care of his driveway, and then got a old couple houses down that they shouldn't be plowing snow or driving, So
So technically, you're plowing your neighbor.
I guess, and they're old, man. They're all old.
You like plowing old people?
I guess. Real quick, I got to go at 6:30. So
Okay.
let's fly through a couple things. Mr. Sider, I am going to take Volk by split decision. I thought that was a good look by you. I was going to take him by decision. I probably will. I'm going to take him by decision and by split decision. I got to shop the line still. But I like that look. Whatever the line is on Limoges, probably in the morning, I'm taking. I watched the interview with Mackenzie Dern, and it just like confirmed that she's just not ready for this. And I think Amanda Lemos is probably going to finish her. I might sprinkle inside the distance for Amanda Lemos as well. I like Fluffy Hernandez. I know that's maybe Fluffy to Hernandez by submission. I don't think that's a very popular pick. A lot of people are down on him because he's kind of boring. But those are my 2 for sure plays. I guess however you want to count it. Volk by decision, Volk by split. Lemos money line. I'm gonna parlay probably Fluffy with somebody else that I like. But anyway, that's out of the way. I went 3 for 4. I guess Spieth is technically still playing. But he's probably out of it. 3 for 4 on 3 ball plays today. That is very solid. All plus money, obviously. So feeling pretty good about that. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do with tomorrow, golf wise. But I do have a Scotty Scheffler ticket, and I have Kitayama, big day. Kitayama, if you tailed Kitayama outright. I think I gave that out Wednesday. And who else? Oh, Sam Burns. He's probably toast. Yeah.
I got tore.
So
Me and three balls are not getting along. First
yeah,
of all, uh, Justin Thomas, I took the bait to
terrible.
throw.
He's had.
I threw him on
Mhm.
my three ball ticket, and I'm like, this is what he always does, right? He has a slow first round, and then he comes along, and before you know it, he's battling up there for top 10. You know what I mean? Nah, he just looks like shit. I got him for minus. I'm embarrassed. I got him for put him minus 190 on my ticket. I took a shot on Taylor Montgomery. I mean, I really like this kid. The kid, he's young. He has looked fantastic, but it's looking like the Linsanity run is over. I mean, uh, the guy's been nothing short of phenomenal for his age, and it looks like it's kind of falling apart the last two tournaments. So I don't know if I'm going to be taking a shot on him. I actually doubled down on him. I took him for after that round yesterday. I sprinkled on him for top 20 because it was good. I was plus 800, and I'm like, he could definitely bounce back. He's one. He looks like a type that he's very poised. It's not looking good. So
I was. Can you? I don't know if you can hear Winston barking. I don't know what he's barking at, but you hear him? He's pissed. He is pissed about something. Hey, knock it off! Damn it. Um, Mr. Sider, I was going to touch on that. I forgot. You probably didn't see this. This guy, Justin Taffa, was supposed to fight, and he got injured. He got injured like today. And his brother was like at the weigh-ins, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'll fight him." Just takes off his shirt and gets on the scales, weight is hit, and all of a sudden, his little brother is fighting in his place tomorrow. It's like, okay, um, that's hilarious. I hope Junior Taffa wins, but yeah, Rogerio seems like an easy pick there. Um, who wins the Daytona 500? I'm on Ty Gibbs. I'm on Ty Gibbs at plus. I got him plus 3,000. I will let you know. I was trying to get my dad on today. With everything that happened, I just kind of forgot to ask him if he really wants to do it. I will get his official pick tomorrow, and I will tweet that out. Um, dude, leave my salsa alone. I will tweet that out, Mr. Gibbs. That's my boy, by the way. He works for us. You know that?
who?
That's Clean Money Gibbs. That's other Tony in the show's Discord.
Ah,
Yeah, it's my boy.
did you know Loctopus is from Canada? It makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, I did know that.
He looks like one of those freaking French Canadians. Wee wee, my friend.
Sure.
Show you my wee wee.
All right, so we got 20 minutes of baseball. Do you want to do? So are you going to hang out after I leave and talk about All-Star Game, or you just?
I'll give a few. I did one parlay. I got it. So, do you remember 2 years ago I won
Yeah, you
15,000 on
won.
the
Yeah,
All
you
Star
won a lot of
weekend?
money.
Yeah. So it's just I got to take a shot on a parlay. So I put one together. I'm not gonna go too crazy on an All Star weekend. Honestly, it's gonna be nice to have a little break from basketball, but I do have some action on it.
Okay, so you're going to do that after I leave. Golf chat, Vinny, don't get me started, dude. I had to close it out. I had to. Oh my god, golf chat was awesome yesterday and the first half of the day, dude. I text JD and I was like, please. I'll tweet the screenshot out. I said, please delete golf chat. I'm done with it. My tacos from lunch are falling over. Okay, real quick. Let's talk about some baseball futures. This actually does get me excited, so it kind of sucks that we only had 20 minutes to go through it. I think we are gonna at some point. I'd like to have like a like player season total over under, like build a lotto to sweat out like Trent does, but do it like on a sports book, so it's like actually like good payout. I think that would be fun to do. Maybe that's what we do. I don't know. We'll figure it out. World Series odds. I'm just on FanDuel. Shop your lines if you want to bet any of these. I have not bet any MLB futures. A couple of these are a little interesting. Dodgers plus 320, Braves plus 450, Astros plus 700, Yankees plus 800, Rangers 14, Phillies 15. Stop it, man. I'm right here. Phillies 15, Orioles 15. I'm going to stop at the Twins plus 2,000 because, I mean, let's be honest. Orioles at plus 1,500 seems like a little bit of value. The Phillies at the same number as the Orioles is a little interesting as well. I don't think I can get in on anything. I mean, the Dodgers obviously should be the favorites. I don't think I can play plus 320. Braves at plus 450 even is a little. Astros I don't like enough to play plus 700. I can't bet on the Yankees. But the Rangers at 14-1 and then the Phillies and Orioles at 15-1 are both a little interesting to me. Anything jump out at you? World Series market.
No,
I feel
I
like
don't
from
think I've
Christian.
ever bet a World Series market preseason.
I locked in athletics. 1-800-GAMBLER, Jimbo. Um, that Baltimore rotation is gonna be good, man. I think it's gonna be really good. And they've got a lot of kids that are gonna get better all year. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger on it, but Baltimore Orioles 15-1 seems like the value play on the board for me right now. Um, gun to your head, $100 free bet. Who are using it on?
Mets.
Mets. Okay. Are they even listed? Where are the Mets? Oh, 50-1. Okay. I'm not even gonna ask for your analysis because we know, we kind of know.
Um, Kyle Bradish injury might be an issue.
It might be. It might be, but I mean,
You don't fuck with elbows, man. It's one of those things where they try to pitch through it and it almost never works out. Very rarely. The only one I can remember that pitched through it, it was because he moved to the bullpen. He was on the Mets. Seth Lugo had a slight tear in his UCL. He pitched through it and he did all right. He did pretty good. Made it to the end of the season. I feel like that's always a disaster though. Like anything with the elbow is always it always comes back to bite them. They just got to get the surgery over with.
Corbin Burns, Grayson Rodriguez, and John Means as your top three.
Grayson Rodriguez, we haven't even seen his potential yet. We know he could
Yeah.
throw 100 miles an hour and a good changeup too. So
And they've got a couple of kids in that system who a lot of people like Dean Kramer. Dean Kramer's like he's like what 27. He's been up and down, but I think this Baltimore rotation might be really really good, man. I think it might be really really good. Craig Kimbrell, in that closing role, like I think it's gonna be tough to score on this team. And then you look at guys like Adley Rutschman, Ryan Mountcastle, who had kind of a down year and still, was a positive. Anthony Santander is a guy I like a lot. Ryan O'Hearn is a guy who made money last year. They've got Jordan Westberg, who is another guy that we have not seen even close to his potential. Gunnar Henderson, we didn't even talk
Gunnar
about yet.
Henderson leading off.
Like this is a team that at 15-1 it gives me kind of similar vibes to the Rangers last year. Is what I'll say.
How about
Gives me
Mets
similar vibes.
versus Orioles? Exact World Series matchup.
I mean, not something I'm gonna bet my money on. Can you parlay that? What is just the National League?
They usually have the matchup. Like you could bet the World Series matchup.
Yeah, you can bet um, league winners Mets and Orioles plus 17,500.
Plus 17,500? Plus
17,500.
17,500?
Yeah, 17500. I'm
Okay.
kind of out on that.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't think the Mets are going to win the National League. But the Orioles to win the American League is also interesting at plus 700. I don't like tying up futures for.
I hate futures, man. I really, really hate futures.
Plus 700. I don't know. I think the Orioles are getting a little bit of disrespect here, especially kind of just the crash that not the crash, but we saw the Astros kind of regress a little bit. The Yankees have underperformed for a decade now, a decade plus. Still a lot of question marks there, even though Juan Soto plays for him. But yeah, I think a gun to my head, Orioles to win the American League and an Orioles to win the World Series seems like the value. Hard to bet National League because the Dodgers are there, and then the Braves are there.
Let me ask you a question.
Phillies, not crazy. What?
And this is for me personally. There's a reason why I don't bet futures, and it's because in the past, I hated staring at futures in my bet slip all season long. If the sports books had a feature where you can separate future bets from your regular bet slips, so that way you're going in, you're looking at your regular daily bet slips,
Go to
you don't
Jersey.
have to look at the futures.
Just go over to Jersey, place your futures bet, and then go back to New York.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about traveling to another state. I'm just saying
My
it
wife
should be
has no FanDuel account, but yeah, that's a very
it should be
good.
an easy feature because honestly, if it was that easy where I could do that, I'd probably place a lot more future bets.
Loctopus likes Tatis as a stolen base leader. That's interesting. Where do you see that? I just pulled up the player futures on FanDuel, and it's kind of thin.
FanDuel
We got
has got to go to player specials.
player specials. How the hell? Baseball. Wait, do I have to go to like MLB specifically?
No, just you go to MLB, and then you just look player specials. I have everything.
MLB.
I have home run leaders.
Oh, okay. All right. I see it now. I was in the wrong place. This is where I want to. We need to devote some actual time to this because this is, I think, where we could create some really good content and also make some money is with those player specials. Um, like Acuna, 37 and a half home runs. That's interesting. Otani, 38 and a half home runs is very interesting. Like, yeah, we could have some fun there, but I need some time with that. I really want to dig into that. Let's
If
talk
I
about. Go ahead.
I was going to talk about the home run market
Okay.
because holy shit, some of these are crazy odds. Just for like throwing like $5 on a bunch of these. Like I'm talking, look at the names. All right, these are the plus 20,000 odds to be the home run leader. Right? You have guys like O'Neal Cruz, Jack Sawinski. I mean, Christian Walker is a little past his prime. You got like Ellie De La Cruz, Francisco Alvarez. You know, he's a catcher. He's not going to get a full season out of him. But um, I mean, those are some big guys that can hit home runs. Especially Jack Sawinski. We don't even know what his ceiling is yet. You know what I mean? And we know he can hit these monster home runs. What if he puts it all together? You know?
Couple things jumping out to me. I mean, Jazz Chisholm plus 15,000. That's the kind of interesting. Man, I wish Bobby Witt Jr. didn't play in Kansas City because plus 17,000 for him is interesting. Tristan Casas.
These are crazy odds.
These are big numbers. I mean, at the end of the day, you really think about it, it is most likely going to be. I mean, if Schwarber, Judge, Olsen, and Otani and Alonso, I mean, you almost need five. You need five of them to be injured, unless we see one of the kids do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Corey Seager is worth the price here because if you bet Corey Seager, you're basically betting on all five of those guys to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But if you bet on some of the guys that you mentioned, like you mentioned Ellie, like Christian and Encarnacion Strand at plus 12,000 plays in Great American Ballpark. If he takes a big jump, you could absolutely
O'Neal
see
Cruz. We don't know
more.
what his ceiling is as a home run hitter.
O'Neal Cruz, Jazz Chisholm. You kind of, I guess he's so injury prone. That's a little tough. Tristan Casas, that's another name that's interesting, right? If he was right-handed in that ballpark, I would feel a little bit better about it. What else was jumping out? You're down here. Let me see. Ellie, yeah. I wonder if you get Christopher Morel. I hate that he plays half his games in Wrigley, but those are the names I would key in on there because like Giancarlo Stanton at plus 11,000. That's they're ripping people off like that.
Yeah.
They should not have that line available. Like if he plays 80 games, I'll be shocked. And he's right-handed in Yankee Stadium. That's just a dumb number. Luis Robert Jr. is probably the most interesting bet under 10,000 to me. They're just like quickly scanning it. Plus 7,500. You could see him having a super hot start. The White Sox still being terrible. Maybe a team like the Reds is really surging, needs a guy. You know what I mean? If he gets moved at the deadline to a hitter-friendly ballpark, that Luis Robert Jr. home run leader bet is not that crazy. It's really not that crazy. Anything that I know you're probably not going to actually put any of your money on, but one guy gun to your head, combining like value and this could actually happen on this list for home run leader.
I mean, probably Lou Bob.
Yeah. I mean, I might play Lou plus 7,500. That guy can hit baseballs. He hits
He could
piss out of the baseball.
murder baseballs.
And you could definitely see him getting like it that ballpark is tough. The ballpark is a little tough for him. Could definitely see him getting moved.
Lou Bob has been probably the most profitable guy to bet on gambling Twitter.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many parlays I've seen celebrated with that guy being the last leg, and all of a sudden he comes through. It just felt like he always came through, you know.
Was in my 8,000 my $5 to 8,500 ticket, and then
he was in the $2,000 ticket that we celebrated live on the show.
A few weeks later, I hit just a 2-leg same game on him and Otani, and I think there were two scoring plays in that game, and it was the Otani and Lubov homer. Like that was the only run scored in that game, I think, or maybe those the only 2 home runs scored in that game. But yeah, Luis Robert Jr. is oh man, I'm getting so excited. Spring training in what, like a week and a half? Man, we got 8 minutes till I gotta go. I wanted to let's go through awards real quick. Where are they? American League MVP. Judge plus 550. I think Soto is going to have a big year in Yankee Stadium, man. I just do. Plus 600. That's really interesting. 2 Yankees on top of the list here. I don't know. That's tough. Trying to scroll down. I mean, Luis Robert Jr. plus 5,000. Another interesting name. Jose Ramirez 22-1. This is American League MVP. Sorry if I didn't say that. Hey,
They're not
I'm really high. I'm really, really high on Riley Green. What is that? Plus, how many zeros is that? Plus 20,000? Riley Green, American League MVP? Probably not, but that's kind of interesting. Don't get FanDuel, get starting pitchers off the list, man. That is ridiculous. Like Luis Castillo, Garrett Cole should not be on the list. That is, you're ripping people. You're stealing money.
I can't bet on MVP because I live in New York.
Ah, so you
So
can't
stupid.
even see the odds, huh?
They won't even show me the odds.
I'm
They won't even let
gonna
me
I'm
see
gonna
it.
I'm gonna drop a screenshot in the Discord real quick. You probably can't pull it up fast enough. That's American League.
I'll pull you up fast enough.
Yeah, bud. Anything.
I
Yeah, can
got
you
it.
just maybe drop a screenshot for
I got it.
okay, you got the screenshots or you got what?
I got you just said
Okay.
you're gonna send the screenshot and I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay, so I got James, I gave him National League and American League MVP. Can you also drop the Cy Youngs and the Rookies of the year? We got 6 minutes, so probably don't make it through all of them, but Anthony Volpe on the list. That's interesting. Bobby Witt Jr. plus 2,000 would probably be either Bobby Witt and or Gunnar Henderson at plus 2,000 here. 2 bets that would definitely interest me. Royals are going to be bad, but at the same time, like a lot of people are kind of high on the Royals to at least win the AL Central. I'm not as high on that, but Bobby Witt Jr. having a hell of a year. It's a guy, even though he's in that ballpark, he doesn't have to hit home runs to win an MVP, I don't think. I think he's going to win MVPs before he's retired. So plus 2,000. This may be the best number we get for the rest of his career. Plus 2,000 Bobby Witt Jr. I think was a play for me, American League.
We spoke. I actually told you who I think is gonna make a strong case for MVP this season last week. Do you remember? Not last week, Wednesday.
Which league? Was it American League?
American League.
I don't remember. I remember we were talking about it.
It was before I even saw the odds, and I see the odds, and I'm like, all right, it's okay. It's not as it's okay odds. Adley Rutschman.
Yeah,
It's
I can
been
see
a
that.
it has been a little while. I can't. Was it Buster Posey was the last one that we saw? Like a real, like a catcher win MVP, like really dominate. This kid can do it. If he has
Yeah.
a good season defensively, I think he's gonna hit 30 home runs this year. I think he's gonna hit about 300. And if he does those two things, and he has, let's say, good defense, because you need to have some kind of good. Unless he's gonna go Mike Piazza and hit 40 some home runs, he's gonna have to have good defense.
Not in
If
that
he
ballpark.
checks, huh?
I interrupted. I said not in that ballpark, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, if he checks all the boxes, I think he has a very strong case. And he, like in Camden Yards, he doesn't have to really worry about because most of the time he's batting lefty. Let's be honest, he faces mostly righty pitching. Lefties, you face lefties what 20% of the time. So
Something like that.
I think he's gonna have a good case for it. Plus 2,500. I was hoping for more like plus 3,000, plus 3,500, but it is what it is. But I think that's gonna be my pick for MVP this year.
I don't mind that, and yeah, I think Bobby Witt Jr. or Adley Rutschman, play them both if you want. I think those are really good value plus 2. And shop your lines. It's probably better elsewhere. National League MVP. It's hard for me to get past Acuna and Mookie here, just to be honest. I mean, you look at the top of the American League list. It's Aaron Judge, who's injury prone. It's Juan Soto, who's a little bit of a question mark in Yankee Stadium, coming off a pretty down year. Corey Seager's had injuries. Jordan has it. So it's a little bit easier for me to reach on the AL side of things. I mean, I know Acuna has had some injuries, but it's hard for me to get past. I guess Otani at plus 950 would be Then you look at Tatis at plus 1,000. I don't know, but it's hard for me to get past any of those guys. Anything jump out of you, National League?
I mean, it's so hard to like. All right, Mookie is fantastic. He's beyond fantastic. He's a generational talent. But they have so much talent on that team, and you're talking about like the MVP award. At some point, are they going to deduct, from a guy because everybody on his team is good? You know what I mean? One of those kind
Yeah.
of things. I don't know what they're going to do. What's going to be in their head when they vote for this kind of stuff. Um, man, it's just really tough to get past Acuna, to be honest.
Yep.
And I mean, that's
We're in
another
the same
stacked
boat
team in
there.
themselves, but it just if he's healthy all season, how does he not win it? It's almost
Yeah.
impossible. How do you're not going to beat him in stolen
Unless
bases.
Mookie wins it. I could see Mookie beating him straight up.
Mookie would have to. I just feel like Acuna's just. I
He's
mean,
better. Like betters were so relative, but yeah.
there was a stretch in July, I think it was, where Mookie got accrued. I can't say that word. Was it accrued? Accrued, yeah. He
Yeah,
like his biggest.
accrued.
There was like a 3-week span or something where he gathered all this WAR. You know, that's the
Mhm.
big thing that they like to do is
Yep.
like WAR. But then they you can't really nitpick, but they did, and they took parts of the season out of Mookie, and they showed the consistency levels. Acuna just checks the boxes, man. It just I don't know.
I think we're both kind of just in the same boat there. It's hard for us to get past the top 4 guys at most. Somebody mentioned in the chat, I just saw Bryce Harper would be something interesting. I would want a bigger number for Bryce Harper just with the injury history. But yeah, flying through here because I think there are some interesting looks. American League Cy Young. This is a long list, and once you get to Carlos Rodon plus $6,500, it's kind of all out the window for me. I'm not even going to look any further. But if we're just like evaluating stuff, like Garrett Cole is plus 500 because of the consistency level, right? Obviously nasty stuff, but he makes every start. He goes 7 innings most of the time, with 3 or less earned almost every time. Dylan Cease might have the nastiest stuff when he's on in the American League. And that's another guy you could see him getting dealt even potentially before the season starts, to be honest still. Plus 3,000 for Dylan Cease when a guy like Pablo Lopez is plus 1,000. Dylan Cease stuff is nasty, and I will throw out I was hoping this number would be better. Tarek Skubal for the Tigers plus 2,200. That kid's stuff is absolutely filthy. A little bit of injury concern, consistency helps him a lot playing in that ballpark. It's hard. That's a very, very pitcher friendly ballpark. Tarek Skubal at plus 2,200 is not that crazy. Neither is Dylan Cease at plus 3,000. I would not play Burns at plus 1,000 is a little interesting. So is Castillo at 1,200. Cole at 500, Gossman at 700, and Lopez at 1,000. I think I would be out on. And he's got it. James has it up on the meeting link too, so you don't have to look down if you want.
You know what the real sleeper is that is out there?
What's that?
We don't really know because his odds aren't out there yet. He hasn't signed.
Oh, that's true.
That could put a monkey wrench in all this shit for each league. I really don't recommend someone betting Cy Young right now because if this guy ends up taking, let's say, a 1-year deal.
He's talking about Blake Snell, by the way, guys.
Yeah. Let's say he just decides, all right, you know what? I'm going to take a 1-year high AAV deal, $35 million, just to prove to you guys that I can go out there and pitch 200 innings, because that's got to be the factor, right? His whole career has been babied, kind of.
Yeah.
They took the leash off a little bit last year, but for the most part, it's analytics or everybody's saying, 5 innings, pull him out. This was a big problem on the Rays. But if he takes a 1-year deal, holy shit, I'm betting him for Cy Young wherever he goes.
Yeah, that's a good point. And he could sign into the league, obviously. So this throws a little bit of a wrench in the National League market. There are some playable numbers here to me. I'm seeing these for the first time, to be honest with you guys. Yamamoto at plus 1,500 is interesting to me. Kodai Senga at plus 1,600 is even more interesting. I think he had a case for a lot of last season. He got Cy Young votes last season, I think.
Who are we talking
Had a
about?
hell of a year. Kodai Senga. pitches
Oh
for the
yeah.
team that you're a fan of. Um, plus 1,600 and, six guys ahead of him. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. I mean, you look at the names of Strider, Wheeler, Logan Webb, like these are good pitchers ahead of him, but Kodai Senga plus 1,600 is a very, very playable number to me. Um, something else, I saw something I was going to throw out. Oh, Jesus Luzardo at plus 3,000 is also really interesting. Really interesting. Another, we haven't seen his full potential yet. Um,
He's got those strikes.
that kid, yeah. If he takes another jump, it's not, he wouldn't even need that big of a jump. I mean, that kid's stuff is electric. Plus 3,000 is an interesting number, but Senga at plus 16 is something I actually might put money on. That's a very interesting bet.
Um, Give me a second. I'm completely blank right now.
That's all right. Rookie of the year, just real quick, because I actually have to go. While you think about that, and you can wrap up whatever you're thinking.
Yuri Perez.
That's interesting.
That's a
That's
sleeper for
really
me.
interesting. Where is
He
that? What's
has
his number?
all the potential in the world. He has everything he needs, but he cannot locate for shit. If this guy miraculously starts locating pitches, oh my god.
Plus 4,000 for Yuri is very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I could easily see this not being one of those top 3 guys of Strider, Wheeler, Webb, whether it's injuries or just regression year. Yuri Perez 4,000, very interesting. Senga 1,600, Luzardo, and even Yamamoto. I thought the line would be a lot shorter for Yamamoto. I mean, if that guy is what half of what he could be, plus 1,500, we might not see that ever again for him either.
Your
I
mom's
don't
in the
know.
chat.
What's that?
Your mom's in the chat.
My mom's in the chat? Oh, yeah, that is my mom. My last name's kind of pretty much already out there, so it doesn't really matter. Hi, Mom. Go Cubs. Not gonna be the year for the Cubs. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't AL Rookie of the Year, I mean, Nolan Schnell how do you say his last name? For the Angels kid, that's kinda interesting. Um Honestly, Clayton Beeter for the Yankees at plus 20K. That's a really big number for a guy I think they might need. They have no depth. They have absolutely no depth on their starting rotation. Um, 6 starters right now is a huge question mark. You could definitely see Clayton Beeter getting starts, you know, by May. Supposed to have electric stuff. That's a big number. It's a very outside shot, but Clayton Beeter at plus 20,000 isn't that insane. Um, Jackson Holiday plus 340. I mean,
It's another thing I can't look at.
oh, you can't see it.
I can. It's voted on. New York City says, "Oh, this is voted on. Maybe someone's going to interfere and take all the money from the sports books and have it rigged." You got to be kidding me. I think the people that run this state still think the mafia is running around controlling everything in the city. It's nuts.
Jung-Hoo Lee would be my pick for National League Rookie of the Year. I think that guy can hit, not the ballpark to do it in San Francisco, but I was hoping the Yankees would be in on Young Jung. I don't know how to say his
I
first
can't wait to say "holy shit" when he hits a home run.
name. Plus 900 seems too big for him. Yamamoto plus 180. He's probably going to win it. Loctopus mentioned Noel V. Marte of the Reds. That's interesting. Mason Wynn for the Cardinals plus 3,000, also kind of interesting. But I think the bet here would be Jung-Hoo Lee plus 900. And I have to go because my wife and kid are kind of stranded, and I go pick them up and get my kid back. Right time. Sleep your picks,
All
download
right.
the app, use the codes. Love you. Bye. Be nice to each other. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Eli. Thank God he's gone. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna keep this short and simple. I bet this one way and one way only. I'm not gonna bet the All Star Weekend 10 different angles. It's just not gonna happen. I bet for tonight. Come on, you sister's ass. I bet Team Jalen. I know. I wanted to go Pow, but it's such an obvious choice. Team Pow it seems so well built. It just they have playmakers galore. I don't know if I could take it at almost even money. I just can't do it. And I look at Team Jalen, and I see plenty of playmakers, and I see guys that can get hot. Jordan Hawkins can kill any team he wants. If he gets hot from three, literally a game changer. He can literally hit 8 threes in this game, in any of these games. They're going to play a couple games tonight. So for that reason, I took a shot on Team Jalen at plus 310 because I think that's the team that's going to compete with Team Powell. For a 3-point contest, I'm going back to the well. This guy made me a lot of money when he did this 2 years ago. He didn't defend his title last year. He's back now to really defend that 2-year-old title. Karl-Anthony Towns is plus 700. I got him 2 years ago at plus 1,200. The guy's built for this kind of competition. It's low effort. He made it look very easy 2 years ago, and I expect him to do pretty well again. So I took the value on plus 700. And I can't bet MVP. Hello, New York City. I hate you with a passion, and I love you at the same time. It's so stupid that I can't bet on MVP awards. I'm going to go to the mayor's office myself. I'm probably going to get arrested. I don't know what's going to happen. Luka Doncic to score 25 points plus 700. Luka hasn't done much in All-Star games. There's always been a narrative. There's always, like when I won 2 years ago, I bet Steph Curry because he was playing. The game was in Akron, Ohio. If you don't know, Steph Curry was born and raised in Akron, Ohio, or born in Akron, Ohio. And he went off. He went crazy. There's always somebody going off, and they just let them go off. You know what I mean? It's an all-star game. There's no defense. And they basically push for that person to win MVP. It's usually a battle like that. I can't bet Luka MVP, which could be a blessing in disguise. But I think he's going to have a game where he just starts heaving threes from like the logo and just having fun. And 25 points at plus 700. I think this is the first game we see Luka actually go crazy at the All-Star game. So these three, I round robin these three. I'm going to call it there because I don't want to bet this a whole bunch of different angles. Parlay together, it's plus 26,000. It's pretty nutty. So if we could get through Team Jalen tonight, we have major legs on the round robin. I really like Karl-Anthony Towns' chances. And hopefully we get through these first 2 legs, and Sunday we are sweating our asses off trying to get Luka these 25 points because I really, really think this is going to be the Luka All-Star game. But we'll see what happens. Who's going to be the leading scorer in a celebrity game? You can't say. I have no idea. Can you bet on celebrity All-Star games, the points and stuff? I've never even seen the market. That would be pretty funny, though. Maybe I could do one more. I could do one more parlay. Let me do one more parlay before we call it. We're gonna do one on the All-Star game because I don't think we're not gonna be here Sunday. There's no reason for us to have a show Sunday and talk about this again. Because there's some juicy odds. You can make a lot of money on this All-Star game. All-Star game. Same game parlay. Let's do, all right, 15 points. I mean, Halliburton is minus 188 for 15. No, that sucks. Player points. What is the standard line? It's got to be 16.5, right? 18.5. Ew. All right. I just got turned off of that line. See, you got to be careful with FanDuel, right? His line is almost even money for 18.5. You go to 20, score 20 plus, it's the same price. So they're making you pay for an extra point for almost the same exact price. That's crazy. That just turned me off. I don't want Halliburton props now. What we can do is let's do Luka 25. Where is he? Luka 25. Ooh, what if Paul George in Indy goes off? They hate him over there, right? Oh, I didn't think about this. Oh, man. I'm starting to regret. We may see Luka take a backseat to Paul George now. Oh, man. I think I made a mistake. I think Paul George is going to be a prick in Indy and be the hog. Oh no, whatever. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I give up. I'm gonna be thinking about this all weekend. I'll post it on Twitter if I come up with a same game parlay. I just can't get my mind around it right now. I don't see celebrity game props in Ohio. I've never seen celebrity props. I don't know if that's one or two states only do that, but it just Paul George might be an outside contender for. Let's see how much of a prick he wants to be. I do think this is going to be the Luka All-Star game, but there's always a narrative that kind of fucks it up, and this could be one of them where they just let Paul George go crazy just so he could get some booze in. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's all I got. So thank you for watching. Eli, thank you for leaving me here by myself. I appreciate you so much. Everybody has something better to do except hang out here with me, I guess, right? And me and you guys. Anyways, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys probably Wednesday. James, get me the hell out of here, please.